You know that specific kind of quiet? It's not peaceful. It's heavy. You're sitting right next to her. Maybe you're scrolling through your phone. Maybe she's staring at the wall. And suddenly, it hits you. You are completely alone in the same room with the person you love most. And your brain starts spiraling. Did I do something wrong? Is this just what long-term love feels like now? Does she even want to be here anymore? Or is she just staying out of habit? You start scanning for clues, looking for signs, trying to decode every sigh, every short answer, every moment she pulls away. Stop. Take a breath. Because here is the truth that no one tells you. She isn't pulling away because she's falling out of love. She's pulling away because she's waiting to see if it's safe to come back. Most men think love is about grand gestures or constant excitement. But real, lasting love? It's about safety. It's about nervous system regulation. It's about the tiny, unspoken signals that say, I see you. I've got you. You're safe with me. You are not failing at this. You are just missing the language. By the end of this video, you won't just know if she loves you. You'll understand how she loves you and exactly how to meet her there so the distance disappears. Let's get into it. Before we get to the 7 signs, we need to fix the lens you're looking through. Most couples believe that when love is strong, everything feels easy. They think connection means constant agreement, zero conflict, and endless enthusiasm. So when things get quiet, or when she seems distant, or when an argument feels heavy, they panic. They think the spark is gone. But the real truth is much deeper. When safety leaves a relationship, the love doesn't disappear. It goes underground. Think about it. Your partner's nervous system is reading you before her mind can even catch up. If she feels criticized, unheard, or emotionally unsafe, her body goes into protection mode. What looks like stonewalling? That's usually someone who has been so overwhelmed for so long that silence is the only shield they have left. What looks like nagging? That's often a desperate, clumsy attempt to connect because she feels invisible. This isn't incompatibility. This is the anxious avoidant cycle playing out between two people who both want the same thing: to feel seen. So stop looking for fireworks. Start looking for safety. Because when a woman truly loves you, when she is deeply bonded to you, she stops performing. She stops trying to manage your emotions, and she starts doing these 7 things. These aren't tricks. These are biological markers of deep attachment. First, she lets you see her unfiltered. Most people in relationships try to present their best selves. They keep the messy parts hidden. They filter their thoughts. They smile when they're tired. It's exhausting. But when a woman truly loves you, she drops the mask. Not because she doesn't care what you think, but because she trusts you enough to be vulnerable. She knows you won't leave when she's not perfect. Imagine this. In the disconnecting version, she had a terrible day. You ask, "How was work?" She says, "Fine," with a tight smile, then spends the next 3 hours snappy and distant because she's holding it all in. But in the connecting version, she walks in, drops her bag, and says, "Honestly, I'm drained. My boss was impossible, and I just need 20 minutes of quiet before I can be human again." Do you hear the difference? In the second one, she's not pushing you away. She's inviting you into her reality. And when you honor that honesty instead of taking it personally, the walls between you start to come down without either of you having to say a word. Second, she fights for repair, not victory. Most couples treat arguments like court cases. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who said what first? It becomes a battle for dominance. But here's the part no one talks about. A woman who truly loves you cares more about the connection than being right. She might get angry, she might raise her voice, but she will always circle back to repair. In the disconnecting version, an argument starts. She shuts down, gives you the silent treatment for days, makes you earn your way back in. But in the connecting version, you argue about finances. It gets heated. She walks away to cool off. But an hour later, she comes back and says, "I'm still upset, but I don't want to be distant from you. Can we try again?" Her brain is quietly registering. This conflict is scary, but losing him is scarier. That's when your partner stops feeling like a problem to manage and starts feeling like a person to come home to. Third, she shares her fear, not just her anger. Most people express secondary emotions. Anger is easy. Anger feels powerful. But anger is usually a bodyguard for fear. When a woman deeply loves you, she eventually lets the bodyguard step aside. She shows you the soft underbelly. She tells you what she's actually afraid of. In the disconnecting version, she snaps, "You never listen to me. You're so selfish." But in the connecting version, she takes a breath and says, "When you look at your phone while I'm talking, I feel like I don't matter to you, and that makes me feel lonely." See that? She's not attacking your character. She's exposing her wound. And when you respond to the fear instead of defending against the anger, intimacy shifts from a negotiation into a refuge. Fourth, she includes you in her future without asking. Most early-stage dating involves lots of questioning. Where is this going? Are we exclusive? It's uncertain. But when love is solid, the future isn't a question mark, it's a statement. She doesn't ask if you'll be there, she assumes you will. In the disconnecting version, she plans a trip for next summer and says, "I'm thinking of going with my friends, unless you want to come." It feels optional. But in the connecting version, she's talking about a wedding 6 months away and says, "We should book our flight soon so we get good seats." Notice the pronoun shift from I to we. Her nervous system has already categorized you as permanent. That's the shift that turns anxiety into security. You stop wondering if you belong and start knowing you do. Fifth, she protects your reputation when you're not there. Most people vent to their friends. They share every flaw, every mistake, every annoying habit. It feels like bonding, but it erodes respect. A woman who truly loves you becomes your biggest advocate, even when you're not in the room. She knows your struggles, but she also knows your heart, and she protects your dignity. In the disconnecting version, her friends complain about their partners. She joins in, saying, "Yeah, mine is so lazy too. He never helps around the house." But in the connecting version, her friends complain. She says, "He's been really stressed at work lately, but he's trying hard. We're figuring it out." She's not lying. She's choosing loyalty over gossip. And when you find out she defended you, that builds a level of trust that money can't buy. Sixth, she mirrors your nervous system. Most couples operate on different wavelengths. One is high energy, one is low. One is fast, one is slow. It creates friction. But deep love creates synchronization. It's called co-regulation. When you are calm, she calms down. When you are stressed, she senses it and adjusts. Her body literally syncs with yours. In the disconnecting version, you come home tense. She matches your tension. Now you're both walking on eggshells. But in the connecting version, you come home tense. She notices. She doesn't ask 20 questions. She just puts a hand on your back and says, "Rough day?" And her presence alone lowers your heart rate. What's moving through her is, "I can hold space for his stress without absorbing it." That's when you realize you're not just partners, you're teammates. Seventh, she chooses curiosity over judgment. Most people judge what they don't understand. If you have a hobby she doesn't get, she dismisses it. If you have a weird habit, she mocks it. But a woman who truly loves you is curious about your inner world, even the parts that don't make sense to her. She wants to know why you are the way you are. In the disconnecting version, you're passionate about a niche interest. She rolls her eyes and says, "Why do you waste time on that?" But in the connecting version, she sees you excited about it. She asks, "What do you love most about that?" And she actually listens to the answer. She's not trying to change you. She's trying to know you. And that curiosity, that's the fuel that keeps love alive for decades. Look, these 7 things aren't a checklist to grade her on. They're an invitation. An invitation to look at your relationship not as a problem to solve, but as a living, breathing thing that needs safety to grow. When you start recognizing these signs, you stop reacting out of fear. You start responding out of love. You stop asking, "Does she still love me?" and start asking, "How can I make it safer for her to show up fully?" Because here's the final truth. Real intimacy doesn't start when you find the right person. It starts when you decide to become the kind of partner who makes safety possible. If this resonated with you, if you felt seen in any of these points, hit that like button. It helps this message reach other men who are silently struggling with the same questions. And if you want to go deeper into how to build that safety, how to master the art of emotional presence, subscribe. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. Go be the man she's waiting for.